organizing committee inviting me for this important event, which is focusing on dimensions of research, many aspects in Horizon 2002.0. So I would like to express sincere thanks once again. My objectives of the presentation of mine is the trends in sociological research, aspects, issues, and strategies. This is, we know very well, research is an important dimension. Research and development should go together. Research is in social sciences in general, sociology in particular. It focuses its main attention on many aspects, starting from theories, methodologies, and types of research, and many aspects. So I divided my presentation in 4 parts with 4 objectives. First one is to learn the importance of research in society's development. Second, to analyze the trends set by the researchers in the world. Third one is to understand the issues in research methods. And finally, to examine the strategies in social research. So with these 4 objectives, I start with the research always start with a question, end with a question. Research is science to non-science. Research is known to unknown. This are all very known. Research is always in social sciences dealing with the human beings, society, which is having a lot of issues to be discussed. It is a systematic scientific investigation to acquire knowledge and understanding of various aspects of the social phenomena is keep on changing. Society itself is the dynamic one. Research plays a crucial role in shaping, improving the society by valuable insights, informing policy decisions, and addressing the issues. As a researcher in number of years, with more than 3 decades of teaching and research experience, I involved in several research projects funded by various agencies, starting from Swedish International Development Agency to eradicate the leprosy program, leprosy, and deal with the UNICEF, WHO, USAID, UGC, and ICSR, and many more. Because it is a knowledge generation, social research helps the generate the new knowledge and understanding of human behavior, which is modifiable, keep on changing depending upon the process of taking place outside of the human beings, social interactions, cultural dynamics, which is sociology is giving much importance to the culture, which is shared by us, learned and shared by us, and which consists of materials and non-material culture, cultural lack, social institutions starting from family, marriage, kinship, religion, education, industry, and so on. Social problems, several social problems are keep on increasing in the human society. It is endless now. Number of things are there to be discussed. Expand the knowledge base, allow us to go gain insight into complex social phenomena, and help us to learn the causes, consequences, and find out the strategies, how to solve it out and help the policy making bodies are concerned. Evidence-based decision making in social research provides empirical evidence to help the policymakers. Policymakers requires different kinds of micro level research and to incorporate in the policy making notes. And finally, coming towards the people once again, micro level planning at various levels, at block level, taluk level, district level, even state level, and how these things are various variables and hypotheses are being developed to find out the time demanding solution to the problems, create the benchmarks and allow us to go for blueprints, which is help us to make it the note of follow up the policy, which is going to, with the help of planning process and going next level to the programs and implementing the various events. And elicits the important data by through the primary sources of information or secondary sources and analyze the patterns and conclude the remarks. Guides the development and implementation of effective policies. Several policies we have seen so far. Everything we have a policy. The policy notes are helping the government go for move ahead. Find out the programs and needed interventions as the social workers do for these people. Problem identification and solution in social research is instrumental in identifying the addressing the social problems, which are many. I already told that several problems are there, including poverty, illiteracy, and many more. And poverty illusions, poverty addresses are there. We are classifying the poverty and what are the poverty alleviation programs, programs, anti-poverty dimensions to help to root causes, patterns, and consequences. Various social issues such as poverty, inequality, crime and discrimination, and healthcare disparities. Through the research findings, interventions can be designed or implemented to alleviate these problems and create positive changes. Evaluation and impact assessment. Research is going on. Social research enables the evaluation of the assessment of social programs, policies, which help the budding researchers also can learn and understand the issues which are pertaining to the social science arena, helps to determine their effectiveness, impact, and outcomes without any barrier. Understanding the social diversity. Society is a diverse, comprising in individuals from various backgrounds, cultures, and identities. Social research helps us to understand and appreciate this, dividing, examining experiences, perspectives. When coming to the perspectives are concerned, we are talking about the evolutionary perspectives, conflict, interactionist perspectives, and functionalist perspectives, and challenges facing the different social groups, which consist of primary, secondary, various groups, formal, informal, in-group, out-groups. Many things we have created for the understanding the issues which are representing the individuals. It sheds the light on issues related to gender, ethnicity, race, religion, sexuality, and other dimensions of social identity, promoting the industry inclusiveness and social justice. Social justice advocacy, because many of the programs we have seen so far, it is advocating the things because some extent we are successful in bring down the sex ratio positively. Social research often aims to address social inequalities, injustice, and human rights violations. We are in the era of human development scale index. Social development is comprising of many aspects, which is funded by UNDP and identifying the countries wherever the lacuna is there, which is part and parcel of the social scientists, including sociologists and economists, to work on this, how to improve the human development scale. It provides platform for the amazing the voice their concerns, experiences, and needs. Research findings can be used to advocate the policy changes, awareness, and mobilize support for the social justice issues also. So theory is one important aspects of the research is concerned, because any kind of research which is helping by the theory to identify what are the variables to be selected, what are the hypotheses to be framed. So research is helping us to understand, because all the within the four research perspectives, several theories have been developed, still being developed by the people who are working seriously on the issues related to the social phenomena. Research explore existing theories to test their validity, and new framework explain social phenomena is concerned, because we are in a position to classify what are the things to be addressed, how this effectively can manage society into bring to the forefront. This theoretical development helps us to understand the contemporary social life, provides foundation for the research and the understanding of things. Social economic development is very crucial aspect of, since we are planning for more than 7 decades. Social research plays a vital role fostering social and economic development are concerned. Development is concerned. Some of the subjects of progress, some of the subjects is free clutches from the freedom. It helps to identify the barriers to development, understand the necessary communities to decide interventions, that promotes sustainable growth, poverty reduction, and social well-being, which we are working, and not only within the boundary, but beyond the boundaries also we are working with the various research agencies across the world and different institutions, different scholars who are combining across the disciplines, coming together to find out the solution to the problems. By studying the social factors such as education, health, employment, community development, researchers contribute creating the social policies and the programs are concerned because the developmental orientation is bring the subjects arena to bring together to avoid certain inequalities and all. But we try our level best. But research is a wonderful platform to find out the certain issues. So certain issues have been sorted out. For example, social health is concerned. We are talking about the many of the diseases have been eradicated, but new kind of disease also coming up, and we can find out the health tourism or medical tourism. Once upon a time, the third world country people go to the first world country, but first world country people coming to the third world countries like Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore, India, Taiwan, and many places to understand these things because we can understand how the sociology is various component in the different disciplines. It provides evidence, knowledge, and insights that contribute to the informed decision making, social justice, and policy development, overall betterment of the individual communities. Because the sociology, particularly talking about the individuals represent the particular community and how the community characteristics are helping the people to shape these things. Second objective is to call the trends in the research because we know very well there are several trends set by the researchers from time to time to understand the social order, social component, and all the things because we are the research set by various aspects, including the overall the research set by the many aspects, practitioners in the organization, current with the emerging trends, research methods, relevance, and how the meaningful innovation. And these are the components which help the world to make use of the social research findings. In this context, we can understand that child and rights, because it is a UNICEF brought this is a child rights in the year 1989 and it came in the program of action 1902. Several rights have been clubbed into the four rights: survival rights, development rights, and participation rights, and participation rights and protection rights. So these things are because still we have many issues related to the child. What is one of the important aspects is the children working in the informal sector as a child laborers. We are not calling child laborers are different from the child worker. Even the famous Gandhian economist J.C. Kumarappa telling that child work is different from the child work is acceptable phenomenon. Work during the childhood is acceptable, but child labor is neglecting the happiness of the child, recreation, education, everything. Women empowerment, even though we are talking about the era of the human development, but still there is a lack in the women empowerment is concerned because there is a wage gap between the men job and women income because many of the things more than a significant proportion of the workforce working in the informal sector. But there is a difference between the men income and women income. Issues of the elderly, UNO says that any country which is having the 7% of population is aging country. India is already having nearly 9%. But many of the things are no, we can make use of the wisdom of the elderly. But elderly is still facing the issues because like many other developed nations, we are also facing many of the aged are institutionalized. But we have to work out because still we are in the issues related to the aging is concerned. Migration matters. Many of the diaspora studies are there, and many of the interstate migration. Many people are migrating from one place to other place. Many are coming with the lesser education, and the settlement is a problem. And these many issues already we have discussed, but there is a issues pertaining to the society's concern. Leadership pattern. Once upon a time, we are finding the leadership in four types of leadership is there: autocratic, aristocratic, and democratic leadership. And now the function leaders. But still, we are working towards the how the leadership patterns are working in many aspects, because there is a three variable phenomenon is there: leadership, morale, and productivity. How the efficiency can be increased because of the leader is concerned. Once upon a time, leadership is known as the who has the followers. Later on, this is a linking pin and many aspects. Social sciences in general, social and particular giving much importance to the leadership is concerned. Rural urban continuum, we are talking about the urban aspect, rural urban transformation, and how the urban rural areas also coming up, and how the problems are facing through the urbanization is concerned. Industrialization dimensions, when the industries are coming up, how the auxiliary units, how the industry is helping the social welfare mechanism, corporate social responsibility, and many things. Still, learning communities are concerned. We are finding the still first generation students are coming to learn the education in the Institute of Higher Learning. How their issues to be discussed, tackled in the when the institutions are ranked by the NAC under the NIRF ranking system. But many institutions are rural-based institutions, and the colleges are how they are handling with the student community for the first generation's concern. Human Development Index, even though we are providing the all the houses are electrified, all the potable waters are being given, and many more facilities, infrastructure being given. But many of the things India could not occupy important positions in the industrialized nations with the Human Development Index is concerned. And this objective three for the digital tools. Now we are talking about the many of the digital tools have been arrived. AI technologies are there. How the social scientists are, how to understand, how to make use of these things, because this is the important issues. Already we have know very well about the some of the disciplines like anthropology, sociology, and this is they have the traditional tools, methods, and all. Now we are finding the digital methods and how we can use of the tools we use for these things. We're going for this straight away because time is short and all. I go towards the fourth objective, how the theories can help this, bringing the theories and methods to achieve the goals, developing the models, because this is the models, we have to develop the models when you go for the perspective plans. We ask the people to go for their own plan because they can understand what type of facilities they want. Even we worked for one of the districts in Tamil Nadu, how to the people are asked to prepare their plan. So with this is a bottom to approach instead of top to bottom. So people will find out the ways, what kind of healthcare facilities they require. All the areas are not common area because everyone is unique. So joining hands with the many disciplines together, because the holistic approach, multidisciplinary approach, when adopting the villages are concerned, all the people join together to go for the, including science, because outreach activities are very important dimensions. Solve the problems in the hands of the social science are concerned, because we're very much working for in different aspects, taking the part in the policy making bodies, because this is social science's role is very, very important to go for the planning commission process, district planning and all, which can help the prepare the blueprint and other things. Industry and the education institutions linkages are very important because students can be benefited and the expertise can be given by the universities and colleges to the industry growth. Traditional industries and development, you know very well about even though textile sector is providing employment to 60 to 70 million people in India, but this is still traditional industries like handloom, powerloom also compete with the modernized textiles mills, and how these things are working. We got to understand learning process, because how the traditional industries to be modified, how we can help. That is important aspect. Looking for the informal sector, how the informal sector within the unorganized sector there is an organization, sir. That should be you can understand easily. So the concluding remarks. research is a never-ending process. I already told you that research is in social sciences different from the physical, chemical, and other sciences because we got to deal with the human beings. Still, human beings are changing in nature, but simply we are methodically we are calling it is this human beings are dynamics. Concentration needed for the types of research, basic research earlier, action research, applied research. Now, policy-oriented research, we got to move towards a policy-oriented much more. Research decisions are very important aspect. Like many people have addressed these things, like a Kothari and all, talking about the research decisions that keep on changing, multiple research designs and mixed methods, and also we got to go for the research is concerned. Scope of the research need for the study and a statement of the issues and all very, very important aspect of the research report is concerned. Sampling framework, because you have much important to the how the samples to be selected, what kind of random sampling, non-random sampling. It is a holistic approach. Is we keep on changing because the ethical research is doing by the many research institutions across the world, like many leading institutions. We are working together. Theories and research is reciprocity. When the good researcher is good, the teaching also very nicely going towards the to young minds. So research and teaching should be complementary each other. Like that, the research can help the theory. The theory can help the research. Building a formidable society is the main aim of the social scientist aim and scope and objective. So this is in the formal society can compete with the any of the issues are concerned. Identifying the solution to the problem. Instead of studying the problem very well, we know very well classifications, several classifications have been done. Many of the policies and frameworks also we have created. Now to how to sort out the problem, that is the most important. We must be the part and parcel of the policy-oriented institutions. Understand statistics and usages, because statistical, the minimum level of understanding about the statistics to testing the hypothesis, what kind of the inference statistics, descriptive statistics, and other things to be understood by the researchers are concerned. So sociology in general, so social science in particular, we are concentrating much on the many aspects of the development process on the one hand, solving the problems in the other hand. So this is the dimensions, it's a trends in research, many issues, many problems tackled by the things by helping the policy making bodies. So with these few words, and I think due to paucity of time, I'm not going through the entire slides, but some of the important aspects to be discussed as the last speaker. So thank you very much for your patient listening. So thanks a lot.